Hey guys, so if you are watching this, I'm super tired. I just got home from work, but I wanted to go live and share my breaking news with you guys. So hopefully you either catch this while I'm recording or you catch this later. So all summer, and I think even a little bit before then, I've been very vague in kind of sharing. I've been hinting at a couple things, but I hadn't been really like explicit about what I'm working on, what my dreams are, and what my next steps are. It's been like these very like innuendos of like something dope's happening, stay tuned. So now I'm here and I wanted to share that with you guys. So about a year ago, I had the inkling that I needed to change. Like I was not happy with my life. I was not happy with my apartment, my job. And it got to the point that I don't know where I'm going, but I know that I cannot do this. I can't do this. So I started just kind of pulling away from people and to friends who, and family, you invited me to things and I didn't make it. I declined. I was just kind of going to myself and paying off bills because I knew that I needed a change and I knew I needed money to do that. And I feel specifically like in America, bills are the traps that keep us in jobs that we hate, in apartments or homes that we hate. We can't live the lives that we really want to because we're stuck paying these bills that, the things that we're shackled to. So as I started to pay off bills and kind of improve my credit, because, I couldn't move because I was, had been living in New York for so long and everything was so expensive. And as I started to free myself up money-wise, I started to think, and originally the goal was, I'm going to work my shop and I might consult because I work with kids in the hospital, and I have a timeline, end of September, latest October. And then some things happened at work and I just put myself out there. So, update, the universe has a crazy way of working. I am moving. And it's funny, I asked some friends, so where do you think I'm going? I'm moving out of my apartment. I'm moving out of the state of New York. I'm moving out of the country. And it's a blessing. I'm moving to the Middle East. I'm moving to Qatar. And I'm so excited. And it's interesting because as I tell people, true life, I'm moving to the Middle East, the first reaction is, what? You're moving where? Where are you where are you going? Why are you doing that? Of all the places in the world, you're moving where? And honestly, I was sitting at my desk. So when I tell you that I was ready to jump out the window in the sense that I don't know where I'm going, but I know that I needed a change. I was ready to do whatever I had to do to make that happen. And I think the universe finally heard me. Like, you were complaining for a long time, but you're ready to move now. So, you're ready to move. Let's see how far you're willing to go and, how ready you are. You're telling me, universe, God, that you want to change. And I've heard you say, for the longest time you want to go overseas. You're ready to move. Let's see it. So I'm sitting at my desk one day at work, completely miserable, again, hating all the aspects of my life, or really desperate for a change. And I had just recently put my resume on Indeed, and I got an email. It was a recruiter. We saw your resume 2 weeks later. We don't know if you're interested, but hi Kayana. I don't know if you're interested, but there's a job for Child Life, which is what I do. It's play therapy, working with kids in the hospital in the Middle East. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, I might be interested. I'll tap the button and I'll get back to it. Let me just at least respond to this email and just say confirm I'm interested. And I kid you not, 5 minutes later, my phone rang. And I was like, wait, what the hell is happening? Like, who's calling me from London? So of course I didn't pick up because who the hell picks up numbers you don't know? And then I got a text message and it was, hi, I'm the recruiter from, XYZ company. We just got the confirmation. We would love to speak with you. And literally just that fast, I'm on this fast track to move to the Middle East. And it's insane. I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's going to be probably one of the biggest changes of my life. but I feel like I've been on this free spirit. You know, I always kind of say like, I'm a free spirit, you know, I want to be naked in St. Martin, or, you know, I want to come home one day and start a shop. And so I think all of the things that hadn't worked out for me thus far only set up for me to do this. All the apartments that I didn't get, you know, jobs that I had applied for off and on because I was so miserable kind of, you know, working where I was. It didn't work out because it was setting me up for something bigger. Thank you guys. I see all the happy congrats and the messages, and I really appreciate you guys. And so I say that to say, yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of like in shock. So literally right now I have 6 weeks to get my apartment packed up in storage. I'm coming home to Connecticut to be with family and friends. And then after that, literally, so the company's like booking me a trip, and I'm going to the Middle East. And I'm gonna, you know, there's an apartment there, and I'm gonna start working. And so I'm excited because it's a change, but it means amazing things for my shop now. Definitely, you know, I'm all about like global fashion and dressing up and authentic pieces. So just imagine all of like the dopeness, the fabrics, the garments that'll be out there. But yeah, it's gonna be an adventure. Like even I think I posted one day about getting a trip to Abu Dhabi on like a glitch fare for like $100, you know, on Christmas Day when I couldn't go home because the same job that I hated, or not hated, but was so, it's hard. It's hard. You know, there's a lot of changes happening, but I wasn't able to go home. And I woke up Christmas morning to having that glitch fare to Abu Dhabi, which is like a neighboring country. So, but even being able to be out there, I wouldn't have been able to afford a ticket otherwise. And so the universe has just been like conspiring for all these like great things, and even the timing of it. So the fact that, you know, originally my plan was I'm gonna work for myself and I'm gonna consult and run my shop September, latest October, and here we are, September at the latest, October. There's so much power in just like speaking out your dreams and taking steps, you know. And so that's my news, guys. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm debating on if I should start a YouTube channel. I think I might, if you guys are interested in that. Clearly I have my Facebook shop page, but I'm also gonna start just a separate like blog page, because I want to like blog out there, because I'm gonna be discovering new shit probably every day, and I wanted to be able to share that with you guys. A big thing for me too, just young people, you know, people of color, like being able to be out in these spaces, out into the world, working, living, you know, especially in America. I'm sitting in Harlem right now, and I can think of a million kids who it would be amazing and I would want this for them, and I don't know if they feel that this is even an option for them. So hopefully through my adventures and misadventures and figuring out, you know, living in the Middle East and what that means as a woman, as a black woman, as an American, as an island girl, as an African, hopefully that inspires somebody. Khalifa! Hopefully that inspires somebody, you know, even if it's not that, but to just dream chase. Because at this point, I feel like literally anything is possible. Sorry about that. Literally anything is possible. And, you know, if you were to ask quiet, shy me, you know, back when I just came to New York from Connecticut, if this is what my life would be, I've been here, I think 11 years now. I couldn't even tell you that, you know, and even the struggles of figuring out New York, that definitely was going to prepare me for living overseas. You know, I can spot a con, a hustle. I'm thinking a lot quicker. I'm a lot more savvy than me coming fresh from Connecticut. So yeah, I just appreciate you guys. I see always, you know, the support and the posts and the congrats and the the well wishes, and I'm so appreciative of that. I'm excited. It's getting dark as crap. So I'm gonna go inside. But this was my breaking news. True life. Hey, AV. True life. I'm moving to the Middle East. And it's gonna be an adventure and a half. And I hope that you guys are interested. I hope that, yeah, I just want to share my journey with you guys. I feel like, that's like the tagline on my blog page, the journey of like a fashion anthropologist, but just a journey in general. Like, life is a journey. And I'm super excited to see where it goes. When I started to make decisions of living the life that I wanted, not the life that I felt I had to, so many things changed. And it's been difficult and it's been crazy, but just the discipline in kind of making choices to get me to where I want to go. Little things, baby steps every day. It doesn't have to be anything big or crazy, but those baby steps definitely led me to be in a space where I'm able to literally pack up my life. So I'm excited. If you have questions for me, definitely you can ask me. If you're interested in the process that it took to be able to leave the United States and again moving over to the Middle East, definitely let me know. I can do videos. I'm trying to get comfortable doing videos. I'm super awkward in videos. I love a photo. I could always do a but a video I'm like super awkward in, so I'm trying to get comfortable with that. But whether it's a blog post, whether it's me on video, whether it's just posting, if I post something on Facebook, or you can just comment on my wall. If there's questions that you've had, let me know. And it's very interesting leaving like Trump's America to go of all places to the Middle East. But, life has its jokes that way. So yeah, we're gonna see where I go from there. But thank you guys so much. I don't know. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out. Are there questions for me? I see folks are joining a bit after I've done like my whole speech for everyone that's coming on now. Hey, Shannon. Yeah, moving to the Middle East. That's my breaking news. And there's 1,000,001 steps that go into that. From health, they want to see your health. Like, that's a big question that when you're applying for jobs you don't get. When you're applying to like an American job, applying to the Middle East, you have to send like basically your medical record. If you have certain diagnoses, it's crazy. You won't get the job, and they'll flat out say, if you have, here's a list of diagnoses, and if you have any of these, we can't take. From getting my fingerprints submitted and sending to the FBI. So if you have, warrants or things, or if you're wanted for certain things, that's another consideration that they look for. Having to have like my degree and having the FBI background check that I had done, confirmed by the State Department of New York, or not even the Secretary of State for New York and the State Department for like the United States, and sending that off to DC. There's so many steps. So again, I probably won't think of all the steps right now, but if you have questions, you can ask me. And I'm gonna go inside now. I keep saying that, but yeah, it's getting dark. I'm sitting out on a park bench in my neighborhood. But again, I'm so appreciative of the universe. I'm so appreciative of you guys for just supporting me. I feel like when I post things and there's always positive feedback, and kind of like this acceptance of kind of me living this life a bit outside the norm. I want all the conventional things. But I'm super excited. Kayana, I have so many questions. Ask me. You can definitely ask me. But I appreciate you guys, especially like as a woman, there's expectations of what you should be doing with your life right now. Being in like early 30s, and I've never felt from you guys that the pressure of I should be doing something else. It's been nothing but acceptance that, yeah, Angela is living this super quirky life. And whether it's like a public message or a message behind the scenes, you know, even now, like all the congratulations. I've told some people, let's talk about that real quick. I've told some people that, you know, I'm moving to the Middle East, and their first responses are like, you're going where? You know, it hasn't been positive. And I get it, right? Like, a lot of what we see about the Middle East is not positive. And so I get it. It's the fear for me. And I think a lot of that fear is out of love, you know, that they don't want harm to come to me. And I think also too, it's super out the box. And so I take that fear, not internalizing it, you know what I mean? But I understand where it's coming from. That perhaps maybe if, you know, you're not into traveling, like even at work, you know, if you're not into traveling, hearing that someone's packing up their life and moving to the Middle East might sound super crazy. If you don't, yeah, like, I get it. And I don't feel like maybe I'm like articulating, hey, Grace. Yeah, like I don't take that. I did tell my mom it feels kind of lonely. So for a while early on, I think I was telling people, and then I stopped because I got some, maybe if I turn this way, is there more light? Yeah, let's get some street light. Just telling people that I was going to the Middle East and getting some really like side eyes, harsh stares. I'm happy for you, but their voice gets like super high, so you know it's like, I know you're saying that because that's what you should say. So it was like this lonely feeling, because I feel like had I said I'm moving to Spain, you know, as opposed to the Middle East, they would have been like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And so being kind of strong in myself to know that the universe gave me this opportunity and it's not a mistake. It's me evolving to like the next level. So all the like black hippie things, I feel like that's gonna be, you know, me next level, even like dressing modest. But the reception has been mixed a bit, and I get it. Not everyone will be happy for you, and that's a whole other conversation in itself. Not everyone, you know, sometimes when you have good news, sometimes people can't be happy for you, and that's, you know, a personal thing within them. And again, I don't judge it, I understand it, and you just sometimes have to meet people kind of where they are. That might be strangers, friends, family. Sometimes that fear of like, hey, I'm going to the Middle East comes from, you know, the fear for me. My mom, who I just hung up from before I came on here, was definitely, where is Qatar? You're moving where? And I was like, it's in the Middle East. And she got silent. And, you know, and again, that's from a place of love. And she's coming around. Mom, if you watch this, hey. My dad, who's very much protective, because I'm an only child for both my parents. So, funny enough, he was super supportive, which was like weird. But yeah, I think it's just being able to show. And I said this earlier, hey, to the folks coming on now, to the folks who are coming on now, just knowing that, you know, as a young black woman, that we have options. And for me, moving to the Middle East, so that's my news, guys, for the people that are coming on now. I'm moving to the Middle East. I'm moving to Qatar. We have options. We have so many options. The world is open to us, and I want us to see young people who look like us doing these things. And they may or may not. Khalifa, I was gonna ask what Auntie say. Auntie say, where is that? and let's talk about that, because she thought my dad was gonna be the one to talk me out of it, because my dad's super overprotective. Again, only child, and I'm, you know, a girl, but he was super supportive. And so she's slowly coming around. But even hanging up just now, I can tell, like, yeah, Mom, so November 3rd, which is something I haven't shared yet, November 3rd is my scheduled move date for the Middle East. They're going to be purchasing, hey, Katria, don't worry about it. November 3rd. So the company, so maybe we can talk about that too. So moving to the Middle East has amazing packages, and it's another reason why I decided to take the offer. Your salary is tax-free. So for me now, that was one of the reasons, and I think I said earlier on in the live stream, it was so difficult for me to save. My apartment is a mortgage. My 1-bedroom is a mortgage. And it's probably more than maybe most people. What will you be doing? Okay, cool. I'm gonna get to that too. So just living in New York is expensive, and my apartment alone was a mortgage, and it was a burden on me. Also, they pay for your transportation, so that's also a good thing. Housing. So being able to save is one of the biggest draws for me. Yeah, because being able to save in New York, like, it's so it's possible, but kind of impossible. You have to be super diligent on it. So what will I be doing? So right now, I work, or have been working, in hospital settings, working with kids. So child life, play therapy. See, she know. NYC is the worst. It's the absolute worst. Like, it looks cute, like, on my Instagram feed, and hey, Crystal, and it looks cute on Facebook. The pictures are cute, but the struggle behind those pictures are real. It's super real, and my apartment, for what I'm paying, is not worth it. It really isn't. So what will I be doing? So I am a child life specialist by trade. That's what I went to school for. I'm trying to catch more of the light. Actually, maybe I'll move over one to get more light. So I went to school for that. So that's play therapy for kids in the hospital setting. For parents with infants, I'm talking about child development, how your child is growing and developing, and what stressors can kind of overwhelm them while they're in the hospital setting, and how to soothe them. For preschoolers, I'm doing play therapy sessions. I'm doing play therapy sessions, so if a kid comes in and they get a new diagnosis, I can talk and teach them about that diagnosis through play. If there's trauma, sometimes if there's abuse, suspected abuse, if there's they've had, so for example, a kid came in and they experienced, a fire, and they lost a sibling, and no one knows how to talk to that kid about that. So how do you talk to kids? How do you reach kids? And it's done through play. For me, I'm a dork. I like play therapy. I like puppets, so that's my tool of trade. Some child life specialists like art. They like painting. They like collage. They like journaling. They like books. How does this work with the language barrier? Another great question. So for Qatar, there's a lot of expats that live in the country, and so there's a lot of people who do speak English. That said, I'm gonna have to learn some basic Arabic, and in the million and one things that I need to do, hey Joe, in the million and one things that I need to do, I want to start learning basics. But yeah, once I get settled and everything's packed away, that's definitely, learning Arabic is top on the list, just because I feel, even with speaking Spanish, I speak Spanish, and I see it in families. They appreciate when I make the effort to speak Spanish to them, particularly if that's their language of choice. So I want families to feel comfortable with me. I don't want them to feel, the pressure of trying to decipher what I'm saying, particularly if I'm working with their kids. So that's what I'm going to be doing. They are building a hospital out there. They're looking to develop this program, and it's nice because right now I was a one-person team, so the whole pressure kind of was on me. And it was a lot, to write the grants, to see the kids, to cover all these departments. Listen, yes, Arabic is the next language, and I guess they're kind of similar, just historically. If you know some Spanish words, you might know some Arabic words. So yeah. So for folks coming on, I'm moving to the Middle East. That's my breaking news. But yeah, so they're building a hospital out there, and they are looking for specialists to help develop that part of it. So holistic, we're more than just medicine and treating the body. The hospital is very stressful, and it's more so for kids. So it's awesome that they have that in mind. They're building the hospital from scratch, which is amazeballs. and I'm excited. So working that and still kind of keeping my shop up and going. The shop has been on pause. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but you know, just mental health wise, I couldn't do both. And I think that's just like another lesson that I learned. Can I do yoga at the hospital or not? I mean, but it looks like they do it. You know what though? Let me go look, because I feel like they're hiring for all sorts of positions. So let me look, and then I'll send you, actually I'm gonna send you, Shakira, I'm gonna send you Messenger, the hospital link of like all the positions and things that they're hiring for. Hey Fred, thank you. Got you, yeah, thanks. But so yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, you know, and sorry, I think just to backtrack, that was a lesson that I learned. You can't do everything. I feel like once you open yourself, like I'm ready for what the universe has. I'm preparing for this thing that I don't know is coming. When abundance comes, you literally have to not pick and choose, because you can do a lot of, but you can't do you can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And that was a lesson that I learned. So I'm trying to go to modeling open calls. Funny thing, let's pause here. I went to a modeling open call. I'm going to one again in October. And they're gonna decide right then and there. If they like me, this whole breaking news is gonna be moot, because for me, moving to the Middle East is a conduit for me to then be free, right? Like, money can't buy happiness, but it could damn sure get you. Oh shit, is that a raccoon? Yo, okay, wait, we gotta put shoes on. It's the whole raccoon. Money can't buy happiness, but it can definitely get you freedom. As I put my shoes on, because that's a huge raccoon, and it's New York, and I'm sure they eat in like all types of garbage. But yeah, so for me, going and moving to the Middle East, Katria's laughing. Moving to the Middle East and having this tax-free thing is an amazing opportunity to save, to invest in myself, to invest in my own business, to then come back, because I don't know if staying there is the plan. Right now, I'm gonna say no. But, oh shoot, where did it go? Wait, where did it go? So, yeah, I just gotta keep like one eye on the raccoon, because rabies is not the move. So, but being able to then use that money, invest it in myself, invest it in my business, and whatever other ventures that might come, that's the plan. So that I can be this fun creative. You know, it's stressful creating, and if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a creative, it's stressful trying to do that and figure out how you're going to pay for your life. Bills, food, housing, whatever. And so for me, this is kind of like a pause on the outside stressors. I'm able to work and do, you know, the thing that I went to school for, but I'm also able to build. And so that's the plan. Now, if this modeling thing comes through, and I'll find out like that day, that'll be the shortcut. I mean, if the end goal is to be a creative, and to live this fun life and live it on my terms, doing something that I'm excited about, and clearly I'm excited about clothes and fashion, I wouldn't necessarily then have to move halfway around the world if there's an opportunity that comes in on the last hour, you know, the 4th hour right before we move, you know, away. If that comes through, it'll be another blessing, and we'll just do that. So I'll keep you posted on that. That's the beginning of October, but right now the plan is, and I can only control what's happening right now, the plan is the Middle East. The plan is to pack up my apartment and move. So again, it's getting super dark. I lost track of the raccoon. It might be like under a bench somewhere. Clearly my feet are up on the bench chairs, because I don't know where the damn raccoon went. But yeah, if you guys have questions for me, thank you guys for tuning in. The adventure continues. Whoop whoop. I will have maybe, you know, another blog post that might have a bit more details as I think of things. Hey Fasayo. But yeah, so if you guys are curious about, you know, my move to the Middle East, I'm gonna work on a blog post tonight. Hopefully I can get that up for you guys tomorrow. It'll have more details and kind of go into some of the feelings that I felt, because clearly this is I feel like a bit longer than I planned, but I'm a talker, and if you know me, you know I like to talk. But hey Judah, hey Miss, what's going on, girl? And clearly it's at night, and clearly you're late. No, you're not late. Listen, let me catch you up quickly. I'm moving to the Middle East, so for anyone who's tuning in, that's what's going on. But no, I'll have updates. As I mentioned earlier, you know, I have my shop page, Facebook page, but I'm gonna start a separate Facebook page for like blog posts and for pictures and for things that I find, and I might even do a YouTube page, just kind of like vlogging me figuring out, you know, and adventuring out into the city. I'm moving to Doha. Doha, I believe, is the capital of Qatar. You feeling feelings? I am feeling feelings. I'm feeling nervous feelings, excited feelings. I think once I'm done completely with my current job right now, and I'm just fully focused on the packing, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I feel like with each new milestone and step, I'm like, oh shit, this is getting real. Oh shit, this is real. Like when the papers came in from the US Department, the State Department, I looked at them and I was like, crap, this is real. Like, we're legit leaving the country right now. Yuri, listen, we were supposed to do stuff this summer. I'm sorry, things got so crazy, but yes, let's stay connected, please. Yeah. So, and it's hard because I want to like catch up with everybody. So I will try. Please bear with me. I might do a bit of like social media radio silence, just because if we're being honest, I have been super overwhelmed. It's a lot. It's been a year, if we're going way back to the whole I need to move, I need to pay bills, I don't know where I'm going, but I need to do something, to having this thing manifest. And it's been all summer, so there was no vacations, there's no even really hanging out. I missed so many of like friends' events, parties, baby showers, weddings. Like I feel super terrible, but something in me told me like I'm preparing for something. So I might do just a bit of radio silence while I pack up to move, within like maybe the next week or so, but definitely after that, I want to stay connected with everybody. Please, I'm going to be on Facebook a lot. I'm going to be on Instagram a lot. I'm always on Twitter. If you guys, I'm always on Twitter. So, I think in the next couple of days, I'm going to start sharing ways to kind of stay connected with me. I know people are on different platforms. Some prefer email, some prefer Facebook, some prefer Instagram and Twitter. So after this, I'm going to maybe make a post between tomorrow. Maybe when I drop the blog post, underneath that, I'll put, different like social media channels, to connect with me. To stay in touch, because I want to stay in touch with you guys. I feel like this is an adventure for me, but for you guys too. So yeah, that's it. That's all. I'm moving to the Middle East, and hopefully we can do more of these lives. Definitely talking about the process of even just moving, because that's an adventure in itself. I feel like each portion of this thing is an adventure. I know 2 girls who went to work in UAE and absolutely loved it. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, and just also as a side note, shout out to No Madness Travel Tribe. They've already connected me to, brothers and sisters. Sorry about that. Something popped up on my phone. Yeah, so shout out to No Madness Travel Tribe. They connected me to brothers and sisters in Qatar, which is a group of, expats and people who I think mostly are from America, but they have moved to the Middle East and are thriving. So even there, just being able to ask questions. I'm still keeping my eye out, like, where the fuck did this raccoon go? But they already, they've connected me, already to some of the things I'll need to bring. There's a whole, so it's just nice to be able to have that connection, because people have asked, like, who the heck do you know out there? And I don't really know anybody. So that's part of the adventure as well. But that's it. Round up. Hector, you're super late. I'm turning off. I'm moving to the Middle East. That's my breaking news. I'm moving to the Middle East. But yes, let's stay connected. So this is my summary, right? Like full teacher mode, child life teacher mode. So summary, I'm moving to the Middle East. I want to stay connected with you guys. Between tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, just look out. I'm going to do a blog post about, you know, my journey. Hector says what? Didn't I say breaking news? Why do you think I was being so dramatic trying to alert you guys to this? Hey Jody, to this live stream. Who's angry? Who did an angry face that I kind of come beat up? But yeah, so round up before because I want to get off. I want to eat dinner. I'm moving to the Middle East. I want to stay connected. I'm gonna have a blog post going out, and underneath that blog post that I put up, I'm gonna have preliminary like links of where I am on social media so we can stay connected. YouTube probably coming soon, because I think vlogging is fun and I want to get more comfortable in a video. Who's angry? But definitely between my personal Facebook page that we're all connected, and then also I'll start sharing the blogging Facebook page, because I know some people just prefer Facebook. Hey Yvonne, thank you. So I just want to be accessible to everybody so that you can kind of keep track with me and this journey. I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm definitely gonna be sad. I grew up in New York. Like, I'm from Connecticut, but my adulthood, where I actually grew into a woman, definitely was New York. Like, I came here and I wasn't even sure really like how to cross the street, and since then I've met so many awesome, amazing people. You know, I've loved here, I've cried here. I'm getting emotional now, so I'm not gonna cry on live stream, but yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna go because I'm getting like super emotional now. But I appreciate you guys, really. And that's it. Okay, so to be continued. Bye guys.